officially last day of June, and in certain places, wonderful weather. Certain places, we're celebrating the Florida Panthers hockey team. I know we don't normally talk about hockey, but you got to give them their flowers. And we're back here on the starting five. I got Mr. Corey with me.
How you doing, Mr. Brian?
I am well. Been battling some rain and some, other stuff. I guess the earth provides. But other than that, I'm actually wonderful.
The earth provides. I'm not going to ask for more clarification.
Yeah, but I mean, I just look at when I say earth provides, Mother Nature, Father Nature, those type of things.
Fair. I think you've been calling it hot mess summer, and I think that might be accurate for the day.
This weather across the country. Instead of a hot, what is it, hot girl summer, or I've heard hot grill summer. No, it's a hot mess summer in terms of the climate.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I say that. But it looks like it's trying to clear up now. So on my end, so we're good. So I figured, hey, why don't I call my guy? And we can have a chat.
There you go. It's a good idea. It's smart thinking on your part.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. That'd probably be the only time I appreciate anything you say in this conversation.
I think you'll appreciate what I got to say.
Oh boy.
I've been working on my hot takes to make them more palatable.
Oh, okay. All right. So
so to speak.
So what kind of hot takes do you got? And it better not start with Sleepy Joe or the convicted felon.
I was going to start with Sleepy Joe.
Oh boy.
And hot take: if the other guy is a convicted felon, serial liar, and adjudicated rapist, I will take Sleepy Joe.
The man said adjudicated rapist. I don't even know if I must have missed that SAT training class. Right. What is an adjudicated rapist?
I think it pretty much means that he lost in court and is now considered a rapist. It has been adjudicated. He has gone through the trial. Okay. He has been found that liable for rape of Eugene Carroll.
See, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to I literally wrote that down. Hopefully I spelled it the correct way. That's going to be like my word for the week. Yeah, adjudicated.
My word for the year is ambulate.
All right. Okay. First of all, were you reading like the dictionary before we got on this call?
Well, this one comes out of my surgery from earlier in the year, and as they were sending me home, they said, "Make sure you ambulate." And I said, "What?" And they said, "Get up and walk around."
See, I would have me. I would have been like, "Hey, why didn't you just say get up and walk around? Yeah. Why you got to use these big ass words?" Exactly. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a PA.
Right. Don't make me Google my prescriptions.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you go to CVS to pick up you're like, oh yeah, by the way, they said I have to adjudicate and abdicate and ambulate.
I'm an advocate for ambulation.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
I'm getting better. Every day's been a little bit better.
Good. That's that's always a positive out of all this,
Yeah. I still can't run, but I can walk fast.
Okay. Well, you don't have to do all that. Where are you running fast to? Don't you have a car?
I have a car. I do.
All right. So just use that. If you have to get somewhere fast, just use your car.
Right. That's probably the smart thing to do. But don't forget my word of the year is ambulate.
Yeah, no, I won't forget. No, actually, I'll probably forget tomorrow. I'm like, what he said ambulate to me? Ambulate. What the hell does that mean?
Right. I'm going to get you a Post-it note.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think it's been a little bit. There's a few things we could talk about.
We are now in the NBA offseason officially.
It is, yeah. Today's the day that certain anybody with a player option can opt out.
Is today's the deadline?
I think today is the deadline for anybody to opt out. I'm sure you've seen what's his name? That guy that kind of like runs the NBA. They call LeBron James.
Yeah, it's LeJon Brames.
LeJon. Okay, yeah. So he obviously opted out of his contract, and however, he opted out. I don't know if it's for more money because apparently they're trying to buy him out, but then re-sign him and like get money for LA. But we know he's going back to LA.
If he doesn't go to LA now,
I mean, listen. If you're talking to the listeners, I mean, where else is he going to go? He got a certain individual drafted there,
and the story I heard was
he was supporting.
Yeah. The story I heard was that they were calling teams saying, if you draft this player, he will go to Australia.
Yeah, I mean, and this player, I'm gonna keep him unnamed.
How about I ask a question?
Go ahead.
How do you feel about the blatant nepotism of that pick?
Wow. So this could get me banned from podcasts.
Yeah. I mean, not
moving forward.
Keyword.
Yeah. Yeah, you're all about all these words now. Yeah. I'm over here. I'm gonna pull up my phone so I can. Every time you say a word, I'm just gonna be like, what the hell does he mean by this?
Check. You're right.
But in terms of this unnamed player, what can I say? I don't want to get blacklisted like by LeBron if he listens to this podcast, but this unnamed player, I don't think is ready.
Mm-hmm.
I would have rather this unnamed player stay in college.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that there may have been another player that was on this unnamed player's team that averaged almost 4 times as more than he did.
Mm-hmm.
And he went undrafted. Then there was another player that went 29th. I'm not going to name his name. But if you do your research, you'll figure it out. He averaged about, I believe he was also a freshman. And, he went 29th. Mm-hmm. Now you got, this certain unnamed player that is going on the 55th pick.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's interesting. I mean, it's blatant nepotism.
Again, I'm not going to use big words like you do, but
he got picked by the Lakers because he has a family member on the Lakers currently. Well,
okay.
I guess not currently.
I was just saying an unnamed player. Now you're over here putting out teams and names,
I'm just giving you more details you can use in your search to determine the player.
Okay, but, all right. I think I can figure it out.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me. Here's my take on the pick. My take on the pick is that if somebody else was drafted 55th overall, or if that same person went undrafted, they will probably end up with a similar summer league contract, maybe a chance to make the team. The fact that he was picked only guaranteed that he'd at least have a chance with the Lakers. I don't think it necessarily hurt anybody's chance in the NBA. Does that make sense?
No, it does not.
So
I'm going to tell you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, and no disrespect to that pick,
right,
or to whoever was involved with it, but I believe that pick with that certain individual, takes away from somebody else.
Yes,
that
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying
on that roster.
Right.
So now you have that pick to. You're trying to make history, and you're trying to do all this. And
you're forcing it.
Yeah.
What I mean is, I think that picking him there hurts the Lakers more than it hurts the player that wasn't drafted there.
Oh, that's the Lakers. That's the team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I wasn't too sure.
Just let's, for hypothetical purposes, if it was the Lakers, that pick hurts the Lakers more than it hurts the player who could have been picked that didn't get picked.
Think about this. Think about it this way.
That it pushed out of the draft.
You're a team you're a dominant team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a couple of picks.
Yeah.
Why are you going to overlook other people that can? Yeah. I'm going to throw a name out there.
It hurts that team more.
You're eliminating a roster spot because is this person going to start? Right. Based on the numbers, as a statistician, based on the numbers, like I know Max Kellerman is a big statistician guy,
right?
So he would say this. I think he would agree with me and say, "Oh, this is a bad pick."
Yeah,
based on the numbers,
it's a bad pick. I think it's a bad pick.
But
it's a worse pick for the Lakers.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a bad pick for the organization.
I think that
regardless of the relationship.
Yeah, right. The same amount of people that make the NBA from the 55th pick is probably similar to the amount of undrafted free agents that make the NBA.
So, I believe he transferred from Rice to Xavier, I believe.
Yeah.
I want to say his first name is Oliver. If you want to kind of maybe Google him real quick.
Google Oliver Xavier.
This guy.
Quincy Oliveri?
No. Is it Oliver? Is that? Is that his last name? I don't know his last name. But I know him.
Quincy Oliveri is a guard.
Oh, it's Quincy. I'm sorry. Quincy, I said Oliver.
Yeah,
Quincy
Oliveri. His last name is Oliveri.
Yes. So you got a guy like that. He transfers.
Mm-hmm.
He scores the most points in, I believe it's the Big East.
Yeah.
As an individual, I think it was like 43.
43.
And they're saying the last person to do that was Max Strus. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you're familiar with Max Strus, played on the Heat. I think he's on the Cavs now.
Yes.
So he scored 40. I believe he scored 43. I believe against DePaul, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was the last Big East player to do that.
Right.
This guy just, he just got like either a 4 or 5 year contract. I don't remember the numbers particularly.
Yeah. Well, he had a good run with the Heat to the finals, and he
he showed out.
Yeah.
So you got guys like that, that are coming to the league undrafted.
Yeah.
Because he just got it's called like an Exhibition 10. So I'm not too
Exhibit 10.
I don't Exhibit 10, yeah. So I don't know if that's like a 10-day contract.
Yeah.
I think it's a 10-day contract with the summer league. But you got a guy like that. He balled out. It's a
1 year. It's a 1 year contract.
Yeah. So he balled out at Rice.
Yeah.
Then transferred to Xavier.
Yeah.
And balled out there and did better at Xavier than he did at Rice. And I'm going to say better, maybe like 2 points better or whatever per game.
Right. He had a good season. He had his best season.
And we're talking about double digits. So 18, 19 points a game.
Right.
Okay. And then again.
But he signed a 1 year. He signed a 1 year contract with the Lakers.
Oh, was it with the Lakers?
That's interesting. Fun fact: it is also with the Lakers.
Interesting.
Right. And so my point is, do you think his contract would have been that much different coming out of the 55th pick or coming out of the undrafted free agent pick?
His contract would be different because I think it's based on a scale, like where you get drafted.
Right.
So his contract's going to be different. But my thing is, will his opportunity be different? That's the question.
Right. And that's what I'm not so sure it will. But okay, now the other question is he a bigger prospect? Like, is his ceiling
In
potentially
turn,
higher
well,
than somebody like Oliveri? Would you
I
rather have a
mean,
project that could have a higher
oh man,
ceiling?
I don't know because you got to figure there's so many like
Hmm.
it's not like you have a pool of 50 players, you know.
Right, right.
I'm looking at it this way. You got Bronny, which is he is a talented individual. He killed it at the combine,
Yeah.
and he can. First of all, he's got bunnies. If he is 6'1",
Hmm.
he's got bunnies. And for people
Right.
that don't know what bunnies are, he can jump out the gym.
Yeah.
You know,
The other side of the Oliveri argument is that he was a graduate student. So he's significantly older.
correct. And my thing was, I said that I believe Bronny should have stayed maybe a second or and maybe a third year. You know,
Yeah.
elevate his game a little bit more,
Right.
and then have a full season under his belt. Under his
Yeah.
belt,
Right.
you know. So, but you're going to get, you know, he. It's weird because I heard LeBron say, or not heard him say it, but like supposedly, like LeBron said, he, it's not like he wants to play with his son. But so then why does he get drafted to the Lakers?
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's just obvious. It doesn't bother me so much. I think it's okay. I think the Lakers are allowed to do with whatever their pick, whatever they want to do, and that's the way they want to go. I think ultimately it hurts them more than it helps them, and I am okay with that.
Oh, Jesus Christmas! I want to disagree with you, but I have to agree.
I told you I've been working on my hot takes.
Yeah, like I said, I want to disagree with you right now
Yeah.
so bad, but I have
Right.
to agree because it
Yeah.
does hurt. I honestly, because again, like I said, no disrespect to the James family.
Right.
It's more so the Lakers are using this one spot
Yeah.
that if they could have added somebody else,
Could have put something
shit.
better in that spot.
If LeBron's gonna differentiate his contract,
Mm-hmm.
and take some other money,
Mm-hmm.
shit, why you could add Paul George.
Right. Well, yeah. So Paul George opted out, right?
That is correct. Paul
What do you
George did
think the
opt out.
best landing spot for him is?
Um, well, I am playing with this AUT. No, let me stop. No, but Paul George, I believe his best landing spot. Oh man.
Because
There's
I think he wants to stay on the West Coast.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think
Yes,
that's that's been out there.
yeah, I would say the best landing spot for Paul George. This is gonna sound a little weird,
Mm-hmm.
but it might be the Golden State Warriors
Yeah, yeah. I would like to see him
because
on the Warriors.
you got to look at it this way. I don't know if they can keep Clay and
Yeah,
add a superstar.
right,
So if they unload, because that's the biggest talk, unloading Clay.
right.
I
Well, Clay,
trust.
he's opted out too, right? He's a free
Did
agent
he?
as well.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure if he opted
he,
out. Did he opt out?
yeah. I think he opted out earlier in the week.
Okay. And to be honest, listen, I would love for Golden State to keep Clay. Clay is
Yeah,
one of my favorite players. Honestly,
yeah.
you know what I mean. He is one of my favorite players.
So where's his? Where do you think his best landing spot is?
Clay's best landing spot, maybe. What is the place that I live in? Oh, Miami.
Oh,
Yeah,
Miami.
yeah.
All right.
Because I heard Jimmy Butler is not happy.
No, there was some Butler
So
and Pat Riley beef.
yeah, so I mean, if Jimmy Butler leaves, you're gonna need. Not saying Clay's taking over for Jimmy Butler, but you're
Yeah,
gonna need
do
something.
something. You're gonna need something.
Yeah, they're
I
gonna
like
have to figure it
Dallas.
out.
I like Dallas for Klay Thompson.
No, I don't. I don't.
No,
I
you
disagree.
don't. Okay.
Disagree. 100% disagree.
Why?
First of all, think about it. You have
Mm-hmm.
Luca
Uh huh.
and Kyrie.
Yeah.
Where the hell are you putting Clay? He's not playing a small forward.
I think we could talk about positionless basketball. I don't think you need
Okay.
to worry about the
Let's not talk
position
about positions
necessarily.
then.
Yeah.
Let's talk about shots getting put up.
I think he's proved
When
year
does
in
when
year
does
out that
when does Clay get hot when he puts
he
up
stays
shots?
ready. He stays ready. He's
He
always ready.
does. Okay,
And I'll tell you, and the other side of that I think would really be good for Dallas is his defense.
yeah, I'm a little no, I
Like
don't know
it's
about
not.
that.
We're not talking about 2017, 2016 to 2020.
He's like,
Klay
yeah, let's
Thompson,
not talk about the
2019.
last 8 years.
Right.
That's what
No,
basically you just
because
said.
he's not the same player after the injuries in 2019.
So, but why are you putting him? Are you expecting Clay to come off the bench?
No, I think you could start Luca. You could start Kyrie. You could start Clay. You can start was
I'm
it
listening.
Gafford
Yeah,
and PJ
Gafford.
Washington.
Wow, that's an interesting lineup.
I think that's pretty good. I think both Clay and Luca have the size to deal with small forwards.
You don't think Derek Lively has made himself
Oh, you can
available
go lively.
to?
You can go lively. You can go lively if
Okay,
Lively's ready to start. That's
okay.
fair. But over Gafford, it doesn't take Clay off the court.
No, that won't take Clay off the court. But I'm just listening. I'm listening to your starting
Yeah,
five,
yeah.
and I'm trying to think
You can
who
go
else is
Gafford and
on.
Lively, or you can go PJ Washington and Lively.
Okay,
And
all
you
right.
add another shooter for spacing with Kyrie. Kyrie needed. Here's what I think. This coming out of the finals, Kyrie needed somebody else to get the ball to when Luka was off the court.
You know,
And
I keep wanting to say, what about Kristaps? But I forget that he really went from Dallas to Boston.
and he went, yeah,
You know,
yeah. There was a random article I saw that talked about Kristaps going back to Dallas, but I can't imagine.
nah, I would if I'm
Right,
Kristaps, I'm staying
right.
in.
I'm good where I'm at.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
nah, it makes the most
Right.
sense.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
and look what he did. Think about
Yeah.
it. Look what
hmm
he did.
Yeah. Well, it was, and he showed you what he could be in the first 20 minutes of those finals. It's just unfortunate that when you're that big and injuries start cropping up, they're hard to keep at bay.
They are. They definitely
Yeah.
are.
I also like Paul George on the Mavericks, to be honest. I don't think it's going to happen,
No, no.
but
Oh, first of all,
yeah, I think
I'm
that's what the
over here
Mavericks need.
forgetting about. First of all, I'm so forgetting about Derek Jones Jr. on the Mavericks.
Yeah. He's a good guy coming off the bench, I think.
No, I'm starting him.
You're starting him? I don't think
Yeah.
he's consistent enough for me.
Wow. Okay.
I
All right.
think he's an energy guy. He can jump out of the building. He can shoot, but he has games that he doesn't contribute as much as I would like for somebody that I'm talking about. Where when Luka's off the court and Kyrie's out there with Jones, Gafford, Lively, and PJ Washington, when Drew Holiday started picking him up at just around half court, there was nothing for Kyrie to do. There was nowhere for him to go, and I think that was one of the things that got the Celtics a series was Drew Holiday's defense on Kyrie, Jaylen Brown's defense on those guys, and Tatum's defense on those guys. And when Luka was off the court, there wasn't as much for Kyrie to do. That I think he needs another guy, and Klay Thompson can be that guy. Maybe not as consistently as Paul George. Paul George would probably put them in title contention for me without question.
Okay. I mean, I disagree
You can disagree.
because
I'm
if
right, but you can
Clay,
disagree.
no, you're not right. But yeah. So Clay Thompson, if he goes to Dallas,
Yeah.
they got it. They're trading like probably two people for him. And they're probably going to be younger players, and
Mm-hmm.
they're probably going to trade like a draft pick.
Well, they got Tim Hardaway. They got to unload. So that's
No, didn't
one.
they? Didn't they? He,
Oh,
I
did they already
believe
unload
he
him?
just got traded the other day or
Did he?
something.
Did I
I'm
miss
almost
that?
positive he did. You might want to Google that too. I'm
Yeah, I'm
pretty sure Tim Hardaway
Googling.
got traded the other day.
He did to the Pistons.
Yeah, see,
Man. All
see,
right. So you're right about
this
that.
is why you can't argue with me because
Well,
I know
I'm
this
throwing out
ish.
players that don't. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong.
Tim Hardaway didn't get the love that he deserves, and I'm glad he's getting the opportunity to go to a shitty ass team and ball out.
I like Tim Hardaway.
But
He was banged up a little bit, and they found their way without him.
he
I
wasn't.
can't.
He came. There was one game he came out and
Yeah.
balled.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying he was banged up during the season, and when they really started clicking, he wasn't healthy. They just, I think they just stuck with the rotations that got them there.
The problem is you can't be Tim Hardaway's a guard. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. I'm not trying to make like a whole pun out of this. It's hard to be a guard.
It's a hard way to be a guard.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard way to be a guard. Because they have a ton of guards.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tim Hardaway used to be that guy, but then they brought in Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. Right.
But
he's also
honest,
not necessarily.
I'm gonna say that
I'm gonna rhythm guy.
You want to hear this out loud?
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway shit the bench.
Tim Hardaway, what?
He shit, or not Tim Hardaway. Kyrie Irving shit the bench. He literally shit. Like he didn't do anything.
He pulled a Paul Pierce, and he needed to get wheelchair out.
They should have gave him a colostomy bag or something, because all he was doing was shitting on himself.
Yeah.
He had a great season.
He had a great season.
Great season.
But
he comes to the playoffs, and then it's literally he had a colostomy bag.
He had a good playoffs. He had a bad finals.
You said he had a good playoffs?
I think his playoffs were good. His finals were bad. I think the Celtics. Right. I think the Celtics were too good.
I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm gonna say that. Tim Hardaway. I keep saying Tim Hardaway, but Kyrie was off.
He was off. Why was he off?
Oh, because was it Derek White?
They didn't have to double anybody.
Derek White was giving him the business. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White. They were taking Luka and
no. I'm going to say. I'm only going to say Derek White. Derek White was giving him the business.
Right. You know anyway, they took Luka and they took Kyrie 1-on-1, and PJ Washington wasn't getting the open looks in the corner. They weren't getting as many lobs when they broke them down, and it changed the way that they had to play offense, and Kyrie never got over it, which is fine. I'm not trying to take away from what Kyrie did. I think what Kyrie did in these playoffs was prove that he belongs on a team it proves that he can be the best or second best player on a team that can win a championship. I think he reestablished himself as that guy this year, despite his finals. I think he had a good enough season and postseason to reestablish himself as that player.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Right? No? You don't think so?
I mean,
he didn't have a meltdown in January like he had for the 2 or 3 years he was with the Nets. He didn't trash any of his the younger guys on the team the way he did in Boston, and he didn't talk his way out of the situation like he did in Cleveland.
Because
he just showed up and played. He showed up and played.
Now at this point, you have to show up and play, because Kyrie's not getting younger.
That's what I'm saying.
And he really hasn't done much. Because he really hasn't played,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So
he came back and he reestablished himself as that guy this year.
Yeah.
He did what he had to do. I think if he caused problems in Dallas, he would have been. You would have been out the league.
You'd have been out the league.
He would have had a hard time finding your way on a roster. At best, he would have been where Russell Westbrook.
No, exactly, and that's what Russell Westbrook's cut. And Russell Westbrook is not. He's more outspoken because they call him. What do they call him? Russell Westbrook, or they call him all types of stuff. So
right.
Yeah.
And I think Kyrie did a good job. I don't think anything that happened in the playoffs or the finals should change that narrative for him.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I think he's.
I would always want Kyrie on my team all day long.
Yeah, I don't know that I would, but I see. Wow. Why not? I see why you would put him there.
Why not?
He still worries me.
Why does he worry you? The man he keeps the basketball like a yo-yo.
Yeah, no. If it's 1-on-1 or just a dribbling competition, he's number one for me.
Okay.
If it's building a team,
Do you not remember the crazy left-handed coming across the lane like shot when
yeah. But
he's right-handed
if
to
I'm trying to
to
win
win the game?
if I'm trying to win a championship, he's not the guy I'm going to.
Okay, so then why did was it LeBron that passed him the ball when
Yeah.
LeBron got his
Mm-hmm.
championship in Cleveland?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then
True.
why wouldn't you want to give him the ball?
Because that was 2016,
It
2017, and
doesn't
his
even matter.
and the
It's not
last
like
7 years,
he took off to like not play.
he
Granted,
took
yeah,
a
he took a
mental
all
he
right.
took a
He took a little bit of time off, you
he
know.
took a he
But
took he's taken multiple Januaries
that
off.
was during COVID. I feel like everybody took off
He's
during COVID.
yeah.
So you're
Yeah,
telling
everybody
me
took off. I don't trust that he's not going to come out with some flat Earth shit in the middle of a
what
season
the hell
when
does that have to do with his talent and skill?
it's a
Tell me this.
distraction. It's a distraction
I'm going to
He
ask you
causes
this.
problems in the locker rooms.
Tell me three people you'd rather give the ball to at the end of the game to win it for
Uh,
you.
Jokic, Luca, Steph, Embiid. Um, who else? Tatum, Brown,
All right, I said three, bro.
Kristaps.
You don't
Yeah, I
got
keep going.
you're like listing literally like all the all stars from
Yeah,
last year,
yeah.
bro.
I
I'm
would
telling you right
rather.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have full 100 support for Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie's
Yeah,
a beast.
he is a beast.
You know what? He
Mm-hmm.
encountered a little bit of defense this past postseason,
Yeah.
and I was happy to see that. I just feel like he wasn't fully engaged. There's
Mm-hmm.
something more than what's going more than what we see, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got mental
because he was not
things going
fully
on.
engaged. He's come back to like Earth,
Right.
which is
Perhaps.
round. I think he thinks it's round now, and
Does he think it's round now?
I believe he thinks it's round. You know,
Because there's some
so
other things that I know that he thinks that also bother me.
yeah, no, but I honestly think like there are some things that
That he hasn't changed his mind on.
it's weird because
Mm.
he was very I watched a recent clip of him. It was during the whole postseason or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and he was actually talking nice about his teammates and talking about how he's taking leadership. And I'm like, huh, Kyrie is very he's being very
Wise in his old age.
yeah, and he's not really that old. And it was funny
Right.
because even my wife said, she said, how old is Kyrie? And I said, oh, he's young. He's like 31, 32.
Hmm.
She's like, oh, he looks so old.
He does look old.
But he talks older, and you got to
Yeah.
figure he was one and done out of Duke.
Mm-hmm.
After he broke his foot, I believe he played like 10, 11 games,
Yeah, even
and
if
he was
that.
out.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was a top, if not top 10, maybe top 15 pick.
I think he was number one overall.
Was he?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah. No, he was number one.
Was he number one? You sure?
Yeah. 100%.
You got it pulled up.
I'll pull it up, but 100% he was number one.
Oh, okay. So maybe the
Yeah.
numbers I'm saying 10, 11 was the
Yeah.
games that he played for
Yeah.
Duke.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
the
So
kid is
2011 number one overall.
yeah, the kid is talented.
Yeah. Yeah. He's one of the best ball handlers I've ever seen, if not the best. I think that he never knows what he's going to do next, and it makes it almost impossible to try to guard him.
Yeah. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've seen it. That left-handed
Yeah.
floater from the free throw line to win the game.
He's incredible sometimes.
First of all,
And his control, the only other person with that kind of control with the ball around the rim that way, sometimes I think is Steph Curry. The shots that they can make from as low, like they're shooting from so low.
why do I I hate agreeing with you. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
I know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
okay, yeah, I agree. I agree.
Right. Right. You know,
Jesus
and
Christ, I'm gonna use my Spanish on you.
right. Right.
Jesus Cristo.
Jesus Cristo. The difference with Curry is that he's just a better shooter, but it doesn't make Kyrie a bad shooter. Kyrie's a much better ball handler than Curry.
Oh yeah, no, that's a given.
Yeah.
No, they're putting Kyrie in Allen Iverson talk. Somebody said to
Yeah.
me the other day that Allen Iverson doesn't compare to Kyrie, and I said, "Whoa, hey now,
Whoa. Hey.
yeah,
Yeah.
man,
That.
now you
Go
just
back. Go back and
now
watch.
you
Go back
disrespecting
and
us."
watch.
Yeah, I mean,
Go back and watch AI.
yeah, because if you can cross Jordan,
Yeah.
eh,
Yeah.
you
Right.
might be one of the best
Was it
handlers.
like 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, Michael Jordan?
It doesn't even matter. It was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He's what do they call him? What animal? The sheep? No, the
No, the sheep is something different. Yeah.
the lamb? No, oh the goat,
Yeah.
the goat. There we
The
go,
Lamb
the
of
goat.
God. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
he's the goat. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's hands down.
Right. He won Defensive Player once in his career. Still.
Speaking of
Yeah.
the goat,
Mm.
right now, who do you think is holding the throne to be the next like guy in the league?
Oh, the next guy in the league. Who's the guy right now?
Well, I just ask you that damn question.
No, no. You said who's the next guy? Who's the guy right now?
Well, when I say the next guy, I mean the next goat. I
You mean
mean
the guy? You mean the guy who's the guy now? Who's the best guy in the league right now?
the best guy in the league right now. Oh my god. Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves. You're not.
I'm
What about?
joking. I'm
I was gonna
joking.
say. I was gonna
I
say
am
Reed.
not.
Reed.
I'm
Reed
not
something.
even. Yeah, I'm no. I mean, no. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just joking when I
Yeah.
say that.
So who do you think
But
is the best player right now?
the best player right now. Oh wow,
It's a tough one. It's
it
tougher
is
than
a
I thought it
tough
was.
one. Oh man, the best player right now. I would say overall, regardless of like their team,
Mm-hmm.
I would say the best player. I keep repeating the same thing
Yeah.
because I'm trying to figure it out. No, the best player right now, in my perspective, I might have to go with. So you're saying the best player right now? Yeah, I'm still trying to figure. No, I'm
Right.
gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go
Fine.
with. This may shock you.
Mm-hmm.
So the best player right now.
Same best
Okay.
player right now. One more
When you're
time.
saying right now, like they're currently playing, they're not
Like go.
injured, or
Yeah. Well, they could be
I'm
injured. They
gonna.
could be coming off an injury.
All right, the best player right now. I'm gonna keep repeating it because it's.
Yeah.
I have to repeat it from my head to like
Right. Wrap your head
formulate.
around it.
Yeah,
Because in the
I'm
past,
gonna.
it's been easy. In the past, it's been easy. In the past, it was easily Durant. It was easily LeBron for a while. Now it's
Yeah,
not so easy.
it's not. But I'm gonna tell you right now. This is who I believe is the best player
Give me
right
give
now.
me give me three players and maybe one player you think can crash that party.
What party are they crashing?
The best player conversation.
You want me to give you three?
Yeah, and then we'll figure out who you think
Ah,
the best one is.
Jesus.
Right?
But
We'll
I was
narrow
about
it
to.
down.
I
We'll
literally was
narrow it
about to
down.
give you like
Oh, if you got
my
one, all right.
best.
If you got one, you can go with it.
I'm gonna. Oh, see, last year would have been so much different. I'm gonna go with. This is weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'm. Oh, ooh, the best player. Right? See,
I'll put music in here. Don't worry about
yeah. No, you have to.
it.
I'm gonna go with Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid. Now,
Oh,
does Joel
Jesus.
Embiid have to do something in the playoffs to kind of cement that status? Because he
No,
really
the
hasn't.
problem is it's
He
the
really hasn't
team
done
that's around.
anything.
He literally. Who
The
does he
team has
have?
changed a lot around him. The team
Yeah,
has changed a lot around
I'm
him.
gonna tell you who's overrated
Uh-huh.
and then who's underrated on the
Okay.
Sixers.
Yeah.
Overrated
Mm-hmm.
is Tobias
Tobias
Harris.
Harris. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Underrated,
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese Maxey.
Okay. My
And
question
what?
is
Who
if
else does he have? Who else does he have? Answer me
well he
that.
said I mean He's had one of the better coaches that we would have thought of for a long
Who
time.
you talking
Doc
about?
Rivers.
Come on,
Doc.
bro. Doc Rivers is a good coach.
Yeah.
No disrespect to him, but
Doc Rivers is
when the
coach.
hell did he leave a conference finals? Last time was 08, right? With the Celtics.
Doc Rivers is going to get the chances that other people you might think are a better coach are not going to get. He is going to get asked to coach Milwaukee that is title ready. So his reputation is still good enough in the league despite what we might think of him and his results.
You could say the same thing about JB Bickerstaff, who got hired by the Pistons, I believe, today.
I don't think Detroit is ready to win a title.
You never know. Maybe it's the coach that changes the game.
Maybe. It's possible. What I'm saying is there's people that need to prove themselves, and Doc Rivers doesn't need to prove himself anymore. He's going to get the benefit of the doubt. He's going to get the benefit of the doubt until he wants to walk.
When was the last time he got a chip?
That's not the point.
Tell me the years. Tell me the years.
We can discuss
Think about the years
and his detractors. What I'm saying is that if I'm reading the tea leaves in the NBA, he's still got the chance to coach Milwaukee that is ready to win a title right now.
And what did he do?
What did he do? That's reflective of his reputation.
What was the last thing that he's done?
I just listened to an anyway.
When was the last time he won a chip? Exactly.
I'm not saying that's not the point I'm trying to make, though. I'm saying that
first of all,
see that he's got a reputation that people trust in the league.
I don't. It's not like I dislike Doc Rivers. I don't know him, but you know what I mean. He's a great coach.
It sounds like you hate Doc Rivers.
It's not that I hate. No, why would it sound like I hate Doc Rivers? I don't
hate Doc Rivers. It really sounds like you are just on the anti-Doc Rivers train.
Think about this. What has he done for me lately?
Right. I think that he's had his issues. I don't think he's necessarily the greatest coach that's ever coached the game. What I think that is he gets the benefit of the doubt in the NBA.
That's what you mean to just keep moving forward? Benefit of the doubt?
That's the argument I'm trying to make.
Okay, so then let's talk about Monty Williams, who just got fired from the Pistons,
who does not have the benefit of the doubt.
Who literally, he was rocking with the Suns.
Yeah.
And before that, I believe he was with the Pelicans before that?
Yeah, he was with the Pelicans before that.
And he has a track record. So the Pistons or any other team would have given him a long-term contract. But they fired him because...
How much money did they pay for him to go away?
Oh, listen, I would have went away for that.
Right.
So, but my thing is, you're saying...
I'm not saying there's not better coaches out there, and I'm not saying that there's not people that deserve the chance that Doc Rivers is going to get. What I am saying is that his reputation in the league affords him the ability to get those chances. Right? And
I'm saying
he had that. Let's go back. I'm going to go back to Embiid. Right? He had, right? You understand what I'm saying? You asked me for the benefits that Embiid has had in the NBA. And he's played with James Harden. He's played with a number 1 overall pick in Ben Simmons, who fell apart, and I understand.
First of all, listen, do you understand what the word toxic means?
No, I get it. But when does
if you just named a few people that they're kind of toxic to an organization. They can be toxic.
James Harden is necessarily toxic. I don't think Ben Simmons is toxic. I think Embiid might be toxic.
Wow.
I think
you don't think Harden's toxic?
I think if you're going to put those people in that conversation,
think about
Embiid being toxic.
Think about the Harden-Morey relationship.
I'm not saying that things haven't happened around. No. I'm not
That's
saying things
toxic.
haven't happened. I'm not saying that things haven't happened around James Harden. What I am saying is that
that's what's toxic.
But you can't. Embiid is still there. Embiid is still there
because he's true to Think about it. What the hell was their goddamn mantra? Their little phrase?
Trust the process. What did Embiid learn to do? What did Embiid learn to do while trusting the process?
He's over here trying to get together with these guys.
He learned how to
What are you
lose.
telling me? You're
He
telling
learned how
me
to
that
lose. I think they
you
accepted
said he
losing.
learned how to lose? So you're
Yeah,
saying he wanted to lose, even though I've seen him play in many of
I
games where he's been injured and he dropped like 30 to 40 points.
yeah. I think that he learned to accept losing as part of the process.
I
And
mean, it's like the thing is sometimes you kind of have to we'll say assimilate or just like damn, I got these
so then
shitty people on my team
the
and
culture in
then
Philly is toxic.
and like
And Embiid is part of the culture.
nobody in upper management's trying to help me.
Then
No,
Embiid has grown up in a toxic environment, and I don't think you can take him out of a toxic conversation.
but like
At
he
what
he
point?
he
At
wants to
what point
keep
does he
that.
need to win to be in the GOAT status?
Listen, did you not see what he did? This was literally
He's
a
a great
couple weeks
player.
ago.
He's a great player. Yeah.
He's
Mm-hmm.
sitting on the stage, the NBA final stage, on I forget who was running the post game or halftime game like announcements, but he was there.
Mm-hmm.
He was sitting next to Paul George.
Mm-hmm.
He's not talking about leaving Philly. And
No, he's trying to get people to come to Philly.
they asked him a question like, "Yo, what do you like? You that dude, this, that, and the third. What do you need?" He said, "Man, I need a superstar," or whatever he said. Exactly. I'm not gonna paraphrase or whatever. Oh, well, I'm gonna paraphrase, but I'm not gonna say exactly what he said because I don't know exact words. But he basically said, literally looking at Paul George, who was sitting right next to him, and said, "We need another superstar. I need somebody to sign." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
What does that mean?
That means he wants to win, and
Yeah,
there's
I don't
not
think.
enough
I'm not saying he
characters
doesn't
on
want to
his
win,
squad that can help him win.
but I'm not saying
And
he doesn't
they're
want to
doing
win.
the worst over there. I
What
don't
I'm
even know
saying is, if you like, let's look at his career. He's 30 years old, right? What has he
okay.
done in his career?
He got did he get an MVP? Does
He
he
has
have a
an
one
MVP. He's
is
a good player. He's a good player.
all right.
He has got an MVP. How far has he ever gone in the playoffs?
He's gone far. I
Second
mean,
round?
didn't was that the shot Kawhi hit in Toronto?
Yeah.
Was that
Second
against
second
them?
round. Second round. Yeah.
Okay. So
Um,
he's gone far. He's literally
so
he's been in the playoffs a lot
right.
of
So
times.
Carmelo Anthony has made it further in the playoffs than him.
Okay. Now you're talking about a retired player.
Let's talk about what's the big knock against Kristaps Porzingis?
He's injured.
What's the big knock against Embiid?
That he doesn't have people surrounding him.
That he's injured. He's been injured
He
frequently
has,
enough.
but
Yeah.
when he's not, he balls
Yeah.
out. And when
Porzingis
Kristaps is not putting up the same numbers as Embiid. You
if
cannot
Kristaps put
even.
up
Nope.
If Kristaps
Nope.
played the way he
No.
played the first 20
I
minutes,
need you to look it
I'm not
up.
gonna
Look it
the
up.
first no he hasn't. I'm not saying he has. What I'm saying is that he has that same knock. You can't use it against one and not the other.
You have to.
Embiid
You have to.
Embiid has not won in the playoffs. He's had one really good year that he was healthy in.
You said he has one
And
really good year? Embiid?
yeah, one
Oh,
really good
wow.
year
Okay.
where he was the MVP. And every other year he's been pretty much injured or fallen on his face in the playoffs.
Not
I'm
at
rooting
all.
for him. I
First
like
of
him.
all,
I
there
agree. I think he's
was,
a great player.
I don't know if I think it was
I don't think he's the
last
best.
year.
I don't think he's the best player in the
I
league right
think it
now.
might have been last year where he played injured in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, and the Knicks could not keep up with the Philly team while he was on the court. It's my point is I
Okay,
don't
so
think
what are
he's. I
you
think
what are you
I'm
saying?
nitpicking, and I don't think he's the best player in the league right now.
So who do you think is the best player? I want to hear this shit.
Right now, I'm going to say Jokic. He should have had 4 of the last
All right,
4 MVPs.
no, Jokic is really really good. All
Second
right,
for me is Doncic right now.
okay, all right.
The player I think who should be the best player in the league, and I would like to see what happens as he gets a full off season with the roster they currently have and the coach that they have is Giannis. I think Giannis can be the best player in
I
the league.
actually was gonna say I think Giannis, but I have
I
to
think
go
if
with
yeah,
Embiid. I
yeah.
was gonna say Giannis though, to be honest. I really was.
I think Giannis is a better player than Embiid.
Giannis is amazing,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
That
yeah.
man is.
Giannis, yeah.
He's to be
And I
honest.
think I would like to see what that team looks like with a year with Doc Rivers and my inside sources are telling me that Lillard was not in shape last season, and that a full
All
off
right. What
season.
did Stephen A. Smith call you or something? Like you said, your
No,
inside sources. Who the hell are your inside sources?
I don't want to drop
Please fill me in.
names. No. Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is my inside
Oh
source.
God.
So Doc Rivers says that Lillard told him that knowing that the trade was coming from Portland and not wanting to mess anything up, he did not work out last summer because he did not want
Yeah,
to hurt himself
yeah.
and
I
hurt
heard
that
about
trade.
that.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
So I think you give me an off season with Lillard on that team, and I think Doc Rivers has something to teach Giannis, and once Giannis learns whatever he needs to learn from Doc, he will supplant himself as the best player in the league, or he will finally supplant himself as the best player in the league. That's my prediction.
Okay. I mean,
Embiid is further down
wow. Okay. All right.
on
I
that list for
mean,
me. Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
yeah.
I love Dame.
I'm
I love
nitpicking.
Dame
Yeah,
time. I
yeah.
love him. You know what I
I'm
mean?
nitpicking because we're
And when I
talking about the
say,
best
and
player in the
I'm
league.
gonna say no Diddy
No
when I
did.
say I love Dame time, but that guy, man, I think he had an off year.
Yeah, I don't think he
But
didn't have an off season with that team, and they changed coaches middle of the year.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna tell you this: I don't believe it's because of training, and I don't believe it's because of the coaching. I believe it's because of the what do they say? How do you know when you have to gel with
yeah. Well,
you
I
know?
think if they would have had an off season, it would have been a
Think
different
about
level.
it. I
They need
mean,
time together. They need time together. They're two 30-point scorers per game.
yeah, and you really have to. I think later in the season, you saw that the Bucks got better. You know,
Yeah, yeah. And then they
but
were all hurt.
you got two top tier scorers like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
can finish the game for you. You've seen
Right,
Dame time.
right,
He's killed a
right.
bunch of people.
Yeah,
You
yeah. They're
know,
the team I'm most looking forward to watching next year. Right now, I would have liked to have seen what they could have done against the Celtics healthy also this past year. But I think with
yeah, a lot of
another season
people.
with Middleton getting healthy again, an off season with Lillard, for Giannis and Lillard together with a coach that's going to be there all year, they look like they could be dangerous. I'm excited for that team.
I mean, I want to be. We'll see. I
Yeah,
mean,
we got time.
you got to figure
It's,
this.
if I
We
think
got
about
we
it,
got to
this is the
watch
end
what
of the season.
happens between tonight, tomorrow, this
Yeah,
week.
right.
Because today is the whole free
Yeah,
agency bullshit.
yeah. And if
Um,
Dallas adds another player, I'm kind of interested in seeing what that team can be.
and
They got
what player do you want them to add?
well, if they add Clay, if they can somehow
Uh,
figure out how to get Paul George, if they get another guy,
bro, like first of all, Clay's looking for numbers. He's only going to get
yeah,
money from.
right.
I think Miami will give him money because
Mm-hmm.
they'll dunk.
Well,
This is like
I
a
just
play on
saw.
words, but they'll dunk
Yeah,
Duncan Robinson or somebody like that.
right.
To get Clay.
Yeah, right. They don't need him.
They have to get rid of a few people to get
Yeah,
Clay.
yeah,
Warriors have offered him I believe a 2 year. He
yeah.
wants a 3 year. I'm
Right.
like, bro, just take your 2 year. If you ball out, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, the reports
then
I'm seeing is that he's determined to leave the Warriors.
yeah, I mean, I've heard he wants. This is
He
what I
wants to
heard.
go to the
He
Lakers.
wants to stay with Golden State, but he also wants to get paid.
What I'm seeing is that NBC Sports is saying he's determined to leave the Warriors, and well, take it for what it's worth. Lakers Nation is saying his father is saying he wants to go to the Lakers.
His father did play there.
Play for the Lakers, yeah.
But the thing is, and maybe that's why LeBron's opting out to restructure because he's talking about a buyout, or not a buyout, but like
try to add another guy.
Yeah, who knows? Because think about it. Remember when the Celtics beat the Lakers?
We're talking about Doc Rivers?
Or not the Lakers, I'm sorry, the Heat. No. Yeah. Remember when, like, the Heat, remember when Ray Allen bounced?
Yeah.
Right. Think about it. Who did he join? He joined LeBron.
Yeah. Right.
So that could be, I could see LeBron doing a move because JJ Redick is coming in. Yeah, the new coach is coming in with this whole 3-point mentality.
The podcast co-host.
Yeah, exactly. Podcast co-host. He's coming in with the 3-point mentality.
Yeah.
Who the hell shoots 3-pointers? Klay Thompson.
Right.
Lakers
make sense for Klay. That would be an interesting fit.
Well, now for whatever JJ is drawing up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's never coached, so I don't know what the hell he's bringing.
Right.
So I think a lot.
He's bringing the guy that's going to answer questions in the press conference after the games.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to tell you this. After the Olympics, you're going to be like, wow, what is going on in the NBA? Or you're going to be like, oh, wow, this NBA is going to be crazy. Okay, I'm going to have a short day. And
outro music.
This is so we're gonna cut it off because this is the wife.
Right.
All right, my man.
We can end it right there.
Yeah,
right.
we'll have another cast in the next couple of days.
Perfect.
All right, brother. All right, you too.